Welcome back to our vintage series, episode 41. We do have a lot on our plate to do in this episode. We have to sell barley to the grain mill, and then we also have to get the straw bales sold in this month, but we also need to get on those cows as well because they're losing value. We screwed up, for those that have just joined us, we screwed up on when to sell them. Well, we didn't feed them correctly. And then we went ahead and then they lost value, and I've been trying to build that value back, but they're just not getting there. Now they're 40 months old and they're just not increasing at all. So we got to get rid of like 10 of these guys this month. We'll get the barley done first, and then we'll go from there. But that straw's got to get done too. And then we got some canola to do yet. We gotta make an extra trip. Thought we would get it. Yeah, we're not gonna get it all. How much is left? Another 4,000. It's fine. We'll come back and grab it. Just trying to think of a lot of stuff to get done in a little amount of time. But we're kind of, like I said, starting to get winding down here on the episodes. I don't know if we'll get it all done in today's episode. If not, we'll go to one more. But I don't want to, like, extend it too long. But we'll try to do our best, I think, and try to get done what we can. When we do sell the machinery, I'm just going to sell it all from the sell menu instead of taking everything back one by one to the vehicle sales, because that would just be way too much back and forth. We could maybe do that with the cows and stuff, but we'll do those properly. Well, this batch anyway. We'll see how crazy it gets, but because like you take into account all that, like selling the cows, the horses, the pigs. I mean, that's a lot of back and forth alone there. Unless we just sell it, like I said, directly from the pen. But we'll do these first. This first batch, we'll grab it legitly and grab the animal trailer and do it while we're supposed to do it. So yeah, it may just be. We may have to do one more episode. We will sell the canola immediately once we harvest it, so it's not going to be the top price at all. Because I'm about ready to wind down the series so we can get to Brazil and get started on that. Alright, one load coming in of barley. What is she going to be worth? $8,241 and $1,000 environmental. That's not bad at all. Yep, fourth. Yeah, easily. So all we have left is soybeans, which are going to sell in June or July. And I think that's about around when we're going to be doing the canola picking. Let me just double check that. Canola. That's actually, yeah, July. And that's probably when we'll finish everything up. Like I said, we get to it in this episode or not, that's the question. We still have actually our greenhouse stuff to sell too. And the last of it. We're swimming in cash now. $5,000. Our silage will be selling in March. Got like one row. That won't be too bad. I don't think, yeah, we're not going to make any more. We'll just call it good there. Really do want to get the series wrapped up. Let's see, we got to get this configured to a flatbed so we get on that straw and get her loaded. We got a Build gas light on our truck here, so let's fill up on at our tank here. 12 liters is at it. So the barrel is empty. I think it might be enough for us to get by. It's the easiest way to fill this. I think if... Let's try doing it something crazy. Well... It's to be hard to back up to. Let's try it. We'll have to be up here a little bit. We're filling on an angle too, so it's not the best. I also got to get the skid steer out without hitting everything. But I'm not a big fan of that pillar being in the way on that side. But like I said, we got to flip these on end because we could just get a little bit more, which makes it a lot easier to get them in one load. Be easier once the stack starts getting lower. Give us a little more room to work here. And we're, like I said, we're filling at an angle, so it's a little tricky sometimes. But yeah, if we do them all like that, we can move the truck ahead too if we need to get on the back of it. Okay, let's do a little time lapse here, and we'll get this thing loaded as full as we can. Went just a little bit too far there. Yeah, I always kind of forget where the turn is on this side. This is why it's better to take the other road, it feels like. Okay, it must be in here. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a back alleyway. We'll see what our total is for our bale sale. Straw bales. Another 3,500. Well, about 4,000. What was our total then? Bales sold 10,155. Pretty good for straw. Okay, we'll get back. We'll take this truck back, and we'll get the animal trailer all ready to go. We'll sell a load of cows. Yeah, we're gonna need this for silage in March. So we'll just park it here. We do have the animal trailer hooked up and ready to go here. Good thing we got a cab. It is getting way too cold out there. These cows are overdue. You guys overstayed your welcome. It's time to move on out. Okay, so we have, yeah, the 40s. So I think we can only take 2 at a time. There's, I guess it'd be 3. Is that 3 loads? No, it'd be 5 loads. I think what we might do in the interest of, we'll take a load down. But I think what we're going to do is when we get back, we're just going to sell them from the pen. Because I think I really would like to get the series done and wrapped up on this episode. Really eager to get a jump start on the Brazil map. And there's really, like I said, time you sell the animals. There's some soybeans to sell. We do have to harvest canola yet. And then also sell our greenhouse stuff. There's really not a whole lot left to do. So I think it'd be a good idea if we could just... It might be a little bit longer on this episode. But I think it'd be totally worth it to get it wrapped up so we can get going on our next map. We're gonna have a crazy amount of profit though. Get everything all sold up. Okay, 2 here. Sell. Yeah, we should have had a lot more than that. That's a shame. But that's something. Yeah, let's get back and then we'll... I think we're just gonna go ahead and sell all the animals right away. All 3, we'll do all 3 pens. We'll do the pigs, the cows, and then we'll also do the horses. Yeah, it's like what I plan on doing. I'm gonna shut the automatic save game off here at some point, but right before we sell the equipment, because I do want to use this at, to jump in here and have fun once in a while. It is such a good save. I'll put this tractor in a better spot. Cows did eat all their hay, it looks like. There we go, that's a good spot. Fantastic. Are they out of food? Yeah, they are, so we gotta sell, we should sell everything anyway. Otherwise they're just gonna lose value. I didn't plan on feeding them anything. I mean, we could feed them that silage, but I think it's best we just wrap up on all the livestock. We'll see what our total is here. So let's go ahead and, like I said, we'll sell everything here from the pen. Sell all those. 13 months here. Bye, guys. You did us well. Especially when they reproduce at no cost. There's some 0 months one here. 180 bucks. Again, we're getting a little transportation fee on them, but it's fine. There they are. Clear pasture. We'll hit the horses. There we go. Out. Napoleon. Oops, we need to... Let's see, I think I gotta move the trailer. And use the car on that, I guess. It's too close to the pen, so it thinks I want to load them on the trailer for some reason. But no matter. Alright, let's try that again. So now, select, sell, there we go. We can just go right down the list here. Bam! Horses are gone. And then the final equation here. The pigs. There we go. That was all of them. They are all gone. What was our total on selling all the animals here then? Sold animals, $114,000. Holy moly, I didn't realize we were sitting on that much. Dude, we're gonna have so much money here going on Brazil. Like, it's gonna be crazy. I think it'll be a good thing anyway, because I really want to get some of those other operations going that we don't utilize much. Is that our dog? That can't be Uma. It changed color in the middle of a playthrough. Does it still say Uma? It still says Uma. She went from golden to black. I think somebody stole our dog and swapped it. We'll have to leave her here for the new owners when we sell the farm. Okay, so we gotta move on here. That should be everything for this month. And then we're going to get into what's next here. We go on the checklist. We sold the cows. We sold the straw bales. We do have honey to sell in March. And then silage as well. And then we gotta make our way to May, which will be grapes, June olives, and then we gotta sell those soybeans. And then in that mix, we need to get our canola picked up. So let's get to March, and then we'll go from there. Welcome to March 1st. It's looking a little bit brighter around here now. So the silage needs to go to the biogas plant, which the honey is going to go to the supermarket. That's the thing too, we can't shut the honey off, but we'll go ahead and sell it since it's at the top price. Because why not? And then we'll come back and we'll grab the silage. And then we'll get that sold. And then, like I said, we're pretty much on cruise control here to wrap up the series. Got what, a pallet and a quarter? No, a pallet and a half. No, a pallet, well, I guess they're 8. So it'd be, yeah, about a pallet and a quarter then. We probably won't bother selling the little bit of honey that we get to, I think we're gonna end up wrapping up here in July, possibly August. But there really won't be that much honey. Like half a pallet, maybe. We can save that for the new owners. It might get them excited that there's a little free honey for their toast or whatever they need. We might as well take the skid steer over to our silage. And we'll get that loaded up as soon as we get back. Man, we are set up for success. It's gonna be kind of crazy. But land does cost money. And we're going down there with nothing, so we kind of do need the capital. Yeah, let's pop these open while we're at it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We probably will try to get that all in one load. I'll do my best. Let's go ahead and sell this first. At the chicken place as well. So I guess the supermarket's the Cook supermarket. Alright. About 5 grand. Let's go ahead and get back, and then we'll get the silage loaded up. Silage always was our money maker in the series. There we go, another 10 grand. Well, 11. What, 11.6? Added on top. Okay, let's get back. So I think what we might as well do is we should just configure this to the box trailer again. Because I believe that's... We do have some pallets that are going to have to be loaded up, but we're going to have to do the bulk first. Probably just leave it in here until we need it. Extension, there we go. Alright, March. So I believe we are May grapes, June olives, and our canola will be in July. So actually, yeah, we'll just go right down the line. So we'll be selling the grapes, I guess. Welcome to May, ladies and gentlemen. We got some vegetation lit up. Yeah, farmer's market, nice and close. We'll actually, we should probably, we'll shut off both of those productions. Actually, so they're not producing anymore. We might end up having to fill up on some gas, but I think it should get us through. Let's see, we gotta make sure we get grapes and not olives. We can put this down. Let's configure and turn those off. Grapes off, and then olives off as well. I'm trying to think, this is going to be really tricky because it's every other. I think we're going to slide one of these over so we can try to load up that so it'll take what we're wanting to, and it does olives anyway. Is the price that bad? I mean, it's next month. I mean, we'll lose a little bit, but maybe we'll just do them both. The grapes are closer to the peak than the olives. It's not like it's that much of a difference, but it adds up. Let's just go ahead and do both then. We'll take care of them. And then we'll skip June. And we'll go right to July. Olives, 18,000 in there. It's a lot. Okay, let's do a short time lapse on this. And then I guess we'll be ready to do our field work after this. We made so much money though off this. We'll get a total and figure out how much all this was worth. It's ridiculous. We're gonna be walking into Brazil, like, there won't be signs, but, I mean, it won't be obvious, but there'll be signs that we're rich. I'll do that. Unload. And then the grapes should. Or is this one not going to let us do it? We had this issue once before. with it not being able to load in. Nope, it is not going to go in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll keep this pallet and we'll use it as a gift for a welcoming gift for the new owners of the house. Because why not? Pallet of grapes, welcome. We can get it out here. There we go. Yeah, this will be like a welcoming for the new owners. We'll set it right on the porch. I can't miss it. Okay, so I believe, without further ado, we are like right down to the wire. We just gotta get our canola harvested and then sold. Let's see. Oh, soybeans too, I forgot. So we gotta get to July. I think that'll be at the same time we're gonna harvest the canola. Yep, so that'll work out perfect. July 1st. We are here. So where are those soybeans going to deliver? Soybeans will be going to Erlengrad. How many do we have? 19,000? That'd probably be worth it. It'd be a little bit of a drive. What else was there? Let's take a quick look. Soybeans. Erlengrad, 30. Actually, this farmer's market is not that bad either, and it's a lot closer. It'll save us a lot of time. We'll do the farmer's market for the soybeans. We'll get the first loaded up here, so it's out of the way, but we got to get the combine off on a worker on the canola. It is ready, correct? Yes, indeedy, it is. And they can do that while we make a sale. We'll have to figure out where the best price is going to be for the canola, because like I said, it's going to be actually the lowest price that you can sell at. Let's see, soybeans, 19,000. Yeah, we'll let that fill up. And we'll get the combine off. And then we'll just use the truck and we'll dump directly into the truck. It'll take them a little while before they're ready to be relieved, but we got a few back and forth with the soybeans. Should work out pretty good, actually. It's gonna be interesting to see what we get for the equipment. Oh yeah, we wanted to see the total on the... Or did we go too far? Yeah, so what we got for the olives and the grapes was 97,000. That was our total. Holy moly. I feel like the output should have been a little bit less. You know, because you can have the vines and it'll take you forever. And you're not making that kind of cash. We'll start them off over here. Look out, Uma. Who changed color on us. AI worker, Headland, 2 rounds. We'll let them have at it. They should be fine. Alright, we got 7,600. Again, this will be going to the farmer's market, which is right next door. Totally worth it not having to drive all the way to the train area. That'd be a bit of a task doing that, especially for our low capacity. Again, we could rent a bigger truck and all that, but we're right down to the wire now. Doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, we can definitely take a hit on our prices because we got more than enough. We still got, like I said, the equipment to sell and the land, which is going to be ridiculous. We might be pushing. Can we push $1 million, you think? Or is that too much? Might not be quite that much. We start making a guess. Let's see. I'm gonna go with... Let me sell the equipment. And the land. The land is like... I haven't made too much of a guess on that. It might actually be pretty close to $1 million now that I think about it. I'll say 950. We'll see how close we get. So I am thinking with a little bit of luck, we're going to get it all on the truck. That'll be amazing. I really didn't want to come back for a little bit. But there really ain't that much here. It takes a lot of canola to get anything out of it. For space. It's only 186 liters that we harvested there. It fit no problem. Yes, look at that, 97%. That's a nice load. Okay. I guess we'll just leave this here. Let's go run that to the mill. I guess if it was the best price. Again, this is the lowest price when you can sell, obviously, because it's the harvest time. But something is better than nothing. That was worth about 11,000. A little over 11,000. There we go. We have arrived home. Okay, so I think without further ado, we're ready to completely wrap up here. We got everything sold. No more animals. So we need to, I'm going to go ahead and save it one more last time here. Because like I said, I do want to keep the equipment and all that good stuff. I may change it around, but just for fun on my own. So that's good. Let me change the, just in case we go over the autosave interval. So that's off. Okay, so let's sell all the equipment. Go into our garage menu. We're at 750. We'll see how much the equipment is actually worth. We got a lot of stuff to sell here. Watt is 1,300. 16,000 for that truck. We didn't own the forklift, so we won't do that one. Let's do it from here. 40,000 for that baler. Wow, that is probably like the most thing of value we had. And our blade that we used like once in the winter, 800. There we go, all sold. Look at that. It's already up to 983,000. $90,000 worth of sold vehicles. Holy moly. And we're still not done yet because we should get something for the land. And let's take a look at what we got. Let's see here. Farmland. We did sell those other fields, correct? Yes. So we actually did own field 87, but I didn't use it because it just didn't feel right. I was thinking about it during the playthrough, but I decided not to. So we're kind of just going to cut off like right here. So this is all worth, Jesus, that's a lot. 755,000. That's like overkill. I think that's more than, that's way too much. I think we should just say we should get like, should we say 300,000? I mean, it's still under, that'd still be kind of undervalued for what the land is worth. 750, because we owned this over here too, but we didn't use it. And this. Maybe we should just like, let's just say 200,000. Because it is like a rundown farm. And we got so much money already that we're actually going to have an easy time as it is in Brazil. But let's, yeah, we can get good equipment and all that and get started. Like, the land's going to cost a bit to get started too. Let's just give ourselves another 200,000. It might be undervalued, but then there's buildings. I don't want to go over that. So let's just be fair and say another 200,000. Let's add in another 200,000 for the property, selling it. There we go. 200,000. Add that. So our total, when we go to Brazil, we're going to walk down there with 1.18373. Wow, we're going to walk down there like high rollers. But again, we're going to build a good operation down there. I'm real excited. We got plenty of starting capital. A lot of that equipment costs ridiculous. Like, let's just, for example, say we wanted to do like a pea harvest, even though I don't think I want to do that. We already did that on the Oak Bridge Farm playthrough. But if we did that, that harvester's like 300,000 to 600,000. I can't remember, 3, 6, somewhere in there, ungodly numbers. We'll have that to start. And like I said, we got to buy the land yet too. Okay, so we're going to leave it there for today's episode and series. And then when we come back, we will start our Brazil journey. We'll have to get a plane ticket and then see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on the next series.